let's get into having a better web presence. You know, it's funny. I mean, you know, companies come to me all the time. They're like, oh, you know, we want to do paid search, or we want to grow an affiliate program. Well, you know, how good is your website? What's your conversion rate? Oh, I don't know what our conversion rate, or, you know, it's 5% on paid search. I'm like, well, that's because it's very targeted traffic, but what's your overall conversion rate? A lot of times companies don't place enough emphasis on boosting their conversion rate. Your website conversion rate is always something that can be improved. It's never good enough, it's never high enough. The better your conversion rate, the better you can leverage all the sources of traffic, the better your paid search campaigns will perform, the better your affiliates will perform, and they'll be happier affiliates, and they'll, you know, promote you better. So let me go down to this. You know, I have an example here. You know, if you're selling flowers online, let's say you want to break into that niche, and, you know, obviously 1-800-Flowers is the big person in the space. So this is their Google ad. This is their Google landing page for their Google keyword traffic. So, you know, you can surmise from this landing page that they're spending, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, if not millions, to drive traffic, specifically buy flowers online to this page. You can surmise that there's a reason they're using this page. This is one of the largest flower companies, if not the largest. And so you can surmise that, you know, number 1 is probably their best seller. Number 2 could be their second, 3, so forth. You know, they've got a, you know, a Google trusted store down there that's, you know, boosting trust. You know, need help deciding, and then they have their best sellers. These are all very common concepts in landing page or website design, is having it sort of laid out like this. So whenever you're trying to get into a niche and really make inroads, don't reinvent the wheel, okay? Don't think you can do it better than them. Emulate what they're doing and make it a better version of what they're doing. That's a winning strategy, in my opinion. You know, nice landing page. They got all their, you know, logos down here and social things down here. So this is a good example of a landing page that, you know, you can emulate and make better in various ways. You know, you could be split testing the, you know, express yourself perfectly with flowers and gifts. You could see if that statement is the best converting statement. You can use tools like Optimizely, other conversion tools to split test that statement, or the images in these various places, and it'll tell you, we'll get into that a little later, but it'll tell you which phrase or which headline converted more traffic from your keyword phrases, and you can say, okay, headline 1 worked better than headline 2, or headline 3 worked better than headline 1, and then you can make it permanent, that type of thing. You know, I get into, you know, take the best of each and make it your own. That's kind of the same type of concept. You know, look more professional, more modern, more helpful, more knowledgeable, more trustworthy, more recommended by people, more loved by customers. You know, more everything than your competitors. You can work on these different areas. You know, you can get more reviews and place them prominently on the website so people see how much your products are loved. The more reviews you have, the more people will tend to buy. 90% of people that buy online are motivated by reviews. So you definitely need to be growing your reviews. Reviews are one of the #1 conversion tools to boost conversion rate. You know, you can you know, have live chat, a 1-800 number. Be available to your website visitors. You know, be more helpful, more knowledgeable. Your phone people, the people answering your emails to your customers that are inquiring. You know, do a really good job with all of that, and people will tend to buy more. And, you know, in this day and age, you just have to do all of that better than your competitors if you want to win that business. If you don't, you know, if you don't put a lot of emphasis on being more friendly, more helpful, giving a better deal, you won't win that customer, especially if you're going up against, you know, a bigger company. So, you know, be more available to your visitors, more human, more ready to assist. People love it when they think they can pick up the phone and call you, okay? It may sound like a pain in the butt, but you know, when you have an 800 number, you have a live chat widget popping up, people think you're there for them, and they're more likely to spend time on the site, which is good for various reasons. And then if they think you're a real company with a lot of times people think that companies, it's just a website with nothing behind it. It's just a platform that processes orders. But people really like it when they think there's someone behind it, almost like, you know, the guy behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz. You know, when they know there's someone there behind it that can answer their questions, give them advice, give them a special deal through things like live chat or a Vanity 800 number, you're going to win the business more often than not. You know, have several ways to capture visitor information. Let me go to the. You know, you need a pop-up email capture on the website. Okay, as annoying as you may think they may be, you know, offering a deep discount to first-time visitors with a pop-up email box that says, you know, enter your email and we'll give you 20% off or 30% off. A lot of companies, they don't use this strategy, but companies that really get it use this strategy. You can actually, you know, multiply the amount of data you're collecting on your visitors. Let's say you have even a 5% conversion rate. So for every 100 visitors, you're going to get 5 email addresses because they bought. With a pop-up box, that'll go up to 20 or 30%. And that's just ramping up your data collection so you can then email them offers and build your email list. And everyone, you know, in this industry talks about building your email list. Well, it couldn't be any more true on an e-commerce website or whatever type of website where a pop-up is appropriate. So I encourage you to have pop-ups, have, you know, a live chat widget that pops up to the bottom. How can we help you? When you're not there, you know, manning the live chat, it acts as a contact form. So that's another way you could collect data on, you know, people inquiring. You know, things like retargeting ads. When they leave the site, they see your ads, following them around. But you know, on my website, for instance, I have 3 different pop-ups. Okay, it may sound like a little much, but my conversion on the traffic I send to my website is like 40% of the people I drive to my website will fill out one of those pop-up boxes. So pop-ups, I love pop-ups. You know, advertise when they leave your site with targeted ads. So this gets into the concept of retargeting or remarketing. And this is where you cookie all the visitors that come to your website. You can do this through Facebook, you can do it through Google, you can do it through third-party services like AdRoll. What it does is it'll cookie all your visitors, and the ones that don't complete the purchase or fill out the lead, whatever you're going for, when they leave the site and they start surfing around, they'll see your ads popping up everywhere. So that's a really nice way to, and it's really cost effective also because it's only a finite number of people it's cooking. So even if they charge on a CPM, and let's say you have 10,000 people on the list, it's only going to cost you maybe 40, 50 bucks a month to target all those people, just because it's just not that many people being targeted. And if it's on a CPM basis or cost per thousand, the cost is never very much. You can also retarget people that buy. So if they buy, a pair of roller skates, you may want to retarget them with a pair of knee pads or a helmet. So you can have separate pools of people being retargeted, the non-buyers and the buyers, and that's a very good way to increase conversion rate over time. The more 10 years ago, you knocked your head against the wall because only 2% of your visitors would buy, and where did the other 98% go? They disappear into the cosmos. Now you can follow them around, and there's many services to help you do this, and you should experiment and try all of them. There's one called Retargeter, which can show ads to people that searched eBay, for instance, for a particular type of product, and then so you can follow those people around. Even if they didn't visit your website, they just showed interest in a product you sell, that type of thing. So you should research and get familiar with all the types of retargeting ways you can do that. When people follow you, your Facebook page or Twitter account, for instance, enrich their lives. Don't just push offers at them. Help, send them some valuable articles, write them, use third-party sources. Win their loyalty by enriching their lives with content. And if you do that over time, studies show that if you have a very engaged social media audience, they're more likely to buy from you. So when you're advertising for likes on Facebook, for instance, and then boosting posts to get people to see it, that's just one strategy to ultimately get them to buy from you. There's a method there, method to the madness, and if you should have budget for building likes on Facebook, for instance, or building targeted follows on Twitter, because you can then convert those into customers.